Welcome everybody, NFT IQ here. Today we're going to be discussing a new Ethereum NFT called Wulfz. So let's dive right into the details about this project. Wulfz is a collection of 5,555 NFTs that are on Ethereum. And the key utility behind this project is a token called AWOO or AWOO. And it's a token that you can use for things like products, games, and events. And you have to stake your Wolf in order to start earning the utility token. So to me, that's already a really good sign. Anytime there's an incentive to stake your NFTs, that is a good indication that there's going to be some momentum on the floor price because it's going to create scarcity for that NFT. And at least currently, the plan is for the team is to issue 10 AWOO per day for every wolf that is staked. So let's say that you had one wolf, you would earn 10 AWOO per day. If you had two wolves, you would earn 20 AWOO per day, one per wolf, and so on and so forth. So there's also a breeding mechanism in this NFT. So there's incentives beyond just the games and events for the AWOO. For example, you can use your AWOO for a breeding mechanic to get a pup. And it's basically a race to see who can accumulate AWOO the fastest because they're limiting the number of NFTs that are going to be in this secondary collection. So there's only 10,000 pups that will be available to be minted, and you have to earn 600 AWOO and hold one wolf in order to get those pups. So I think that this creates a race for people to either purchase a lot of wolves to earn AWOO faster in order to hit that 600 number. But on the other hand, if you don't want to go down that route, you might actually just be able to sell your AWOO on the secondary market. I'm not sure about that, but if that is set up, then you might be able to sell your AWOO on the secondary market, hold your wolf, earn your AWOO, sell that stuff off to people who are really trying to collect AWOO and mint these secondary NFTs. And in addition to the pups, they have a collection called the Alpha Wolf, and you have to earn this thing called a full moon reservation token, which costs 1,500 AWOO, and you have to burn your wolves. The really interesting about the Alpha Wolf is that there's only going to be 100. So these are going to be super rare, and these are obviously going to be the highest priced NFTs in this ecosystem, in this collection, once the people start collecting enough of the tokens. So I think strategically, this is a really interesting project if you like this mechanic and you're willing to take the time and do all the math on how fast you're going to accumulate AWOO and whether you want to get pups or whether you want to try and get one of the alpha wolves. So that's really interesting. As I mentioned, there's a total supply of 5,555, so they're already pretty scarce. And the mint price, currently the plan is 0.08 Ethereum. And obviously you're going to have to pay gas fees. So they're also holding a couple of the NFTs in the vault for their promos, 55 of them. What's good about this project is there's a ton of hype behind it. So we're looking at almost 40,000 people in Discord and 40,000 people on Twitter. So there's a ton of hype behind this. And anytime, obviously I can't predict the future, but anytime that there's this much momentum, this many people behind a project, especially with only the 5,500 NFTs available and all these breeding mechanics and all this incentive to burn and blah, 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 these are going to be very scarce, and the price I think is going to surge pretty fast. That really wraps up my conversation about Wulfz. This is a pretty interesting project, relatively straightforward. We've seen these kind of projects before. They tend to do really well. And if you're willing to take the time and you have the like you have a big enough wallet to buy a couple of these, it could be a good strategy to start to accumulate the utility token and try and get in on that alpha wolf or even the pups. And with that, NFT IQ, I will see you in the next video.